All right, so our first step here, each male has to be labeled as XY. Each female has to be labeled as XX. If you hear some random purring in the background, that is a cat, so my apologies. All right, so remember that males are going to be squares and then females are going to be circles. So all the squares, we're going to go ahead and write XY, and then all of the circles, we're going to write XX. So I went ahead and I labeled each of them with XY or XX. You see that all filled in. Our second step here is label each affected individual with lowercase letters. So the affected ones are the shaded ones, okay? You can choose to use whatever lowercase letter you'd like. I'll just use lowercase a. And remember, we don't give the Y gene a letter because they're only on the X gene. Don't worry about superscripts here or like the making them tiny. Just write them next to the letter. I don't want you to spend more time formatting than you need to. So I have all of the shaded ones have lowercase letters. So all the shaded ones are done. Now all we have to do is figure out the unshaded ones. So it says label each normal individual with one uppercase letter. All right, so all my unshaded, gonna get an uppercase letter. And then our last step here will be to go back in, fill in any missing letters. All right. So our, oops, missed this guy. Our males are done, right? This guy, he's done because remember, we're just making sure that we have letters on all the X's. So let's look over here. We have this one that still needs to be completed. We need another letter here. And you'll notice that they had an affected individual, meaning one X with a little a had to come from the dad, and an X with a little a had to come from the mom. So we can go ahead and fill in a little a here, since we know each parent had to give a little a to create this affected individual. The other ones we have to fill in, we've got this one here, this one, and this one. Now, if we take a look, could this be X with a big A? Well, yeah. This individual and this individual could both be X big A, X big A. Could this also be a little a? Let's take a look. For the males, okay, they had to get a Y from dad, so that means from mom they got a big A, okay. They could have gotten a little a though, right? It's still a possibility, maybe just by chance they got a big A from mom. So this theoretically could be a little a as well, all right? So since we don't know, we're gonna go ahead and write question marks here. And now we've completed our pedigree.